Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here and welcome back to a brand new video covering Forza Horizon 4. Now the gameplay you're going to be watching is Forza Horizon 3 on PC, where we're going to be drifting around with this particular turbocharged AMC Javelin, which is kind of a weird funky car, but ended up being really fun to drive. I saw it in my garage and I was like, I haven't driven this car in what seems like over a year. I'm going to pull this thing out and see what it'll do, and frankly it was a blast. So this first thing that I wanted to talk about comes from a Reddit user, and it is about the map. Now, he kind of sort of did an attempt to stitch together an early idea of what the map might be, and to be fair, there's not really a whole lot there, but it is a start, and it's actually kind of interesting because he cataloged the confirmed regions, which are Scotland, Edinburgh, the Cotswolds, the Lake District, the Welsh countryside, the Scottish Highlands, and Bamberg Castle. I don't know if that's how you actually say it, but regardless, there's a lot of stuff here, and of course there's a heavy focus on, even though it is a UK map, there seems to be a heavy focus on Scotland and Wales, and that makes sense, obviously, considering, you know, where Playground Games is based, and also the amount of driving roads that you have kind of around that area. Now, to be fair, it's not any sort of like Transfiguration Highway or like Mount Akina or anything like that, but as we've seen with the map, there are some twisty roads and there are some really fun looking roads, as I can personally speak to that, because I have seen, like, you know, some interesting builds of the game that, well, I should say build of the game that allows you to see just a little bit more around the world. And yes, they have done all of those things that we've been wanting them to do, like hairpin roads that are paved and not just dirt and snow. Those are there. So if you're wanting, like, you know, toge drifting and stuff like that, you'll be able to do that. Like, that is completely doable in Forza Horizon 4. Now, they have been pretty closed off about releasing anything in regards to the map. All that we've really been able to capture is, or well, all really that the community has been able to capture is the little mini map areas that we've been able to see from the gameplay and the trailers and stuff like that. Now, some people have said that it's kind of suspicious that they haven't released any more information about the map. Honestly, I just think they haven't released anything about it yet. Honestly, I think, like, the people that say it's suspicious are kind of reading too much into that one little detail. Now, to be fair, the whole point, well, one of the biggest parts of speculating about a new game is technically reading too much into little things and little details that could be big things once the game actually gets released, or once we get further along in the release cycle of the game. So it might not be that they're reading too much into it, but it might be on the other hand. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. Now, the map, they have said before, obviously it is about the same size as Horizon 3. I don't know if it's going to be, I don't know if about the same size means the exact same size, or a little bit bigger, or a little bit smaller. Regardless, I would be fine with even a slightly smaller map if the roads that we had were better, because frankly, I didn't like the road choices that they made for the Australia map. I thought the Australia map was actually not that much of a driver-focused map. I mean, it was like, cool, we've got off-road, but the roads that we get, like the paved roads that we get, were mostly long sweepers and highways, and then the city. So with that being said, I think they missed out on a lot of gameplay in terms of, like, you know, things that small lightweight sports cars would be great at, like tight hairpin roads, but like at the same time, I mean, that doesn't really lend itself to Australia. So I understand why they were only able to include a few roads like that. Now, with all of that, though, with all of that being said, and I went to tune the gears in this car, I was like, this is way too short. I'm having to, like, I'm topping out at like 130 something. I need to give this thing a longer final drive, so I bumped it down to a 373. I don't know why it was up at a 456 rear end. Like, that was like freaking insane. Maybe because I was trying like a different setup with this car, but again, I haven't driven this car in what feels like a year. I don't know if that's actually accurate or not, but that's what it feels like. So another thing I wanted to talk about is the size and the scale of the map. Even though it's going to be about the same size as the Forza Horizon 3 map, it looks bigger. And that's the interesting thing, is that when you actually look at gameplay, especially gameplay that's been taken from like a higher up point on the map, it looks bigger. It looks like it goes on forever. And that's what you'll see in this shot with the Jeep Trailcat. And the cool thing about, the Trailcat. I always mix up the names of like the Trailcat and the Trailhawk for whatever reason. Or the Trackhawk. Not the Trackhawk, but the Trailhawk, which is something else. Anyways, it looks like it goes on and on and on and on forever. And also notice that there's a massive cliff to your side right there, and it looks way higher than anything that we've seen before, even in like Blizzard Mountain. And it looks like you can drive off the edge. So now, to be fair, it will probably just put you into a respawn scene. But even if it only puts you into a little respawn scene, I feel like there's still going to be tension there when especially if you're in like a rally car or something and you're just ripping. You're really going to be watching that edge and be thinking about watching that edge. And I feel like there's going to be quite a few people that are going to attempt the whole Ken Block thing of like sticking half the car over the edge. But we'll have to wait and see on that in terms of how that actually works. And when I actually do get to play the full game, you better believe I'm going to try that. I'm going to try to be Ken Block and hang half the car over the edge. We'll have to see how that goes, but it'll definitely be on my list of like just silly things to try. There's all sorts of like weird, silly, random things that I want to try in Horizon 4 when it comes out. And I'll definitely think about making a series out of it, because I feel like it would be something that would be just fun to do. It would be a fun series to make, it'd be a fun series to film, and I think it'd be just fun to mess around with it. Now, I ended up just sticking here at the gas station for a little while, just drifting around in circles, and as you'll see in a little bit, there was a point to which I got to where I got stuck in between the building and the gas pumps, and it took me a little longer than I'd like to admit to get out, but, oh, that's right here. So anyways, yeah, talking about the map some more, I think that it will be a more, let's say, feature-focused map as opposed to how Horizon 3 was like. Horizon 3, the map was good, but it had a lot of open expanses of nothing. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot of wide open nothing in Forza Horizon 3. And I think that the Forza Horizon 4 map has the chance to feel like a bigger, more involved map if there's more to do within that map. Like, that map is packed full of stuff rather than a long open plain of nothing before you get to your next sort of gameplay area, let's call it. So, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about the Forza Horizon 3 map versus what we've seen so far of the Horizon 4 map, because from what I've seen so far, the Horizon 4 map looks like it's going to be, regardless of location, looks like it's going to be a more involved map in terms of gameplay, which I'm very okay with. I'm very okay with that being the case, because the Horizon 3 map, while it was a cool map, had a lot of wide open nothing, and I'm not sure that that was the best choice. I mean, yeah, it gave you the feeling of being able to go anywhere, and I get that that was a big focus for them, and they really wanted to make that they really wanted to emphasize that in Horizon 3. Like, yeah, you can go anywhere. We've taken the walls down. You can do whatever you want. And to a certain extent, that was awesome. But I think on the other hand of that, you do feel like, okay, this is a lot of grasslands. This is a lot of desert with not a lot of stuff in it. So that was one of the ways that I felt personally about the map. And again, I'm sure people have different opinions about that stuff, but I think the Horizon 4 map is going to be fun because it's obviously going to have a lot more verticality than the Horizon 3 map, which I'm all about. Hills, mountains, you know, big jumps, big drops, things like that. I'm all about having more of those in the game. So that will be a step up from the Horizon 3 map right off the bat. And also, I think that the gameplay of the map, just the way the game plays, is affected so much by the map. Like, the map itself, like in the environment, which, by the way, this table is apparently unbreakable. But, anyways, the gameplay itself is so affected by the way the map plays. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing at this point. I was just trying to get out. I felt stuck. I was like, I'm just gonna back up. There was no way we were gonna bulldoze our way out of there. But yeah, the map looks like it's going to be more involved, have more to do, have more interesting areas, which it ultimately makes for more interesting gameplay and more fun gameplay at the end of the day. So if you guys enjoyed this video talking about the Forza Horizon 4 map and everything we know so far and what I would like to see going forward, let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought of it. And also, make sure you subscribe for more to stay up to date on the latest Forza Horizon 4 news, gameplay, car list, and more. And I will see you guys in the next one. make sure to hit that subscribe button yet again. And also, remember to tune in for my streams and the real-life vlogs. So again, hope you guys enjoyed. Talk to y'all later.